I'm here at Scranton Grinder, and of course it's Groundhog Day. Whether or not Punxsutawney Phil saw his shadow, chances are living here in the Northeast, we're going to see some more snow. And we have some great tips for you. And of course, when the snow falls, whether you have a shovel or you have a snow thrower, there's a lot of things you need to know.
This is our smallest model in a gas version.
Mm-hmm. And then you have, they get bigger and bigger
then
depending
they get
on...
a little bigger. This is 18 inches. It goes up to 21 inches. There's a couple different models of them. And for the big storms, we have the larger two-stage snow blowers right here.
Yeah, now these are the big guns. This is what I have living up in Moscow.
This is the big guns. They do have bigger ones, but right now this is what we have in stock. But they do have larger ones. They go up to maybe 28 inches. These are 26 and 24.
But there's one thing we really want to talk about that can cost you money, but it can be prevented.
Can be prevented, sure.
All right.
The fuel has ethanol in it anymore, and it attracts water out of the atmosphere.
And years ago, nobody thought anything about it because you'd put the gas in and it was fine.
Right.
But nowadays, it has a short life.
It has a short shelf life, 30 or 35 days it'll start to turn. Okay. Where years ago it lasted for a couple of years.
That's right.
There are certain different products out there that you can add to your fuel as a fuel additive, and it prolongs the process of phase separation and your fuel spoiling on you. So, I mean, it's advised. There's many different products. We find this one to be one of the best, and it takes care of that problem pretty much for you as long as you consistently use it.
Well, Brian, here we are in the shop, and we're going to talk about what this ethanol in the gas can do.
Correct. This machine here is only maybe 2 years old, and the man's getting the carburetor redone on it. Perfect example of leaving the gas in it over the season. Man tried to start the machine, could not get it going. So Billy here took the carburetor off, and we put it in this machine over here, which is an ultrasonic carburetor cleaning machine. Cleans the carburetors with sound waves is what it basically does. The old days of using the carburetor cleaner where you soak it for an hour is kind of passé anymore. This machine does it in about 15 minutes and it cleans it with sound waves. They really come out nice, but some of them can't be rebuilt. People leave the fuel in there too long, and we have some examples of carburetors right here that the fuel was in too long. You wouldn't even be able to rebuild these. If you could see the white residue, that's from water. This one here is from all this calcified stuff here. That's all water.
It even has rust, it looks like.
Rust is a problem because of the water. That's, it's just, these are two very good examples of what happens to it when you leave the fuel in it for extended periods of time. When this is the problem and it's a fuel-related problem, they usually do not cover these problems under warranty because this is more of a customer awareness type of thing. And then we have a little example here of what bad fuel actually looks like. And if you could see the debris floating around in there is actually water.
Get out.
The difference in the colors in that can is the difference between water and then, you know, now there's rust and that white stuff mixed in and all that stuff. So that's a little example of what...
It looks like the oil and vinegar of a salad dressing.
It does, because oil and water don't mix. And basically gas is a form of oil and, you know, just a refined form of oil. But that's exactly what it would look like. And we've taken apart many carburetors and found this conditions inside.
There's a couple of last things we need to know, right, Brian?
Sure. It's a good idea to maybe run it out. If it's going to sit more than 30, 35 days, it would be a good idea to just let it sit out in your driveway and run till it runs out of fuel. Once they run out of fuel, a lot of these new models, if you tip them up like this, and underneath is the carburetor.
Oh, I see it. Yep.
And this bolt holds that cup on, and this is a drain. It's just a screwdriver hole, Phillips head screwdriver. You take that out. Even when they run out of fuel, there's still a few ounces left in here, and this is where the problem all starts. put it back down, maybe let it run out into a little cup or a cake pan or something.
Right.
There's only a little bit in there, and then you're sure that everything is out of the machine and there's nothing in there to spoil.
And if you're very uncomfortable doing anything like that, of course you could bring it in.
Come see the experts.
That's
Scranton
right.
Grinder.
That's right. Don't mess with it if you don't know what you're doing. Well, Brian, thank you so much. We learned a lot of great things to
Sure.
for safety and to save us money.
Sure. Thank you.